Ninth grade. So we're going to continue reviewing equations. Today we're going to be working on distributing a negative. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to distribute to simplify this side of the equation. The only thing different between this and what we were doing before is that we have a negative that we need to distribute as well. So we are going to distribute the negative 3 to this 2x and distribute the negative 3 to this 2. So we're going to multiply negative 3 times 2x, which is negative 6x. Then we are going to keep our sign and multiply negative 3 times 2. Miss Harris wanted to say hi. Hi. So we'll keep our sign and we'll get negative 6. So now we're adding a negative. Adding a negative is the same as what? Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So we can change this to negative 6x minus 6. Then we keep the other side of the equation exactly the same as it was. Now we have a two-step equation. What's our next step for this equation? We can add 6 to both sides. When we add 6 to both sides, we get negative 6x equals negative 12. We're adding with different signs, so we subtract, get negative 12. Our last step, divide by negative 6. We'll get x equals what? 2. Now moving on to question number 2. For this one, we have 2 minus in parentheses 3x plus 5. Can I just get rid of these parentheses? No, because we need to still distribute the minus sign in front. What number are we actually distributing when we have a minus outside the parentheses? We can put a 1 right here because 1 times anything is just itself. So now we have negative 1 inside of the parentheses. So we need to distribute that negative 1. So we keep our 2. Negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. And then we'd keep our sign, we get negative 1 times 5, which is negative 5. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. Equals. Can we simplify this side of the equation any further? Yeah, we can combine our like terms. Our like terms are 2 and negative 5. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So we have negative 3 minus 3x equals 9. Now, I need to get rid of the negative 3 on this side of the equation and move it over to that side of the equation. How can I cancel out the negative 3? I need to do the opposite of the negative, so I need to add a positive. Negative 3 plus 3, 0. Whenever you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other. This becomes 0. We're just left with minus 3x equals 12. What's our last step? Divide each side by negative 3. We're left with x equals negative. Last problem, we have negative 5 minus this in parentheses. So I need to further simplify this side of the equation. Again, we have our distributing. Am I just going to distribute my 4? No, I need to distribute my negative 4. So I keep my 5. And then what am I going to get when I distribute? Negative 4 times 3x is minus 12x. Then negative 4 times negative 2 is plus 8 equals negative 12x minus 3. Can I continue simplifying this side of the equation? Yes. Just looking at this, how did I end up with plus here? Because we were multiplying a negative by another negative, which gave us a positive. And then I can further simplify this equation by adding my 5 and my 8, which is 13 minus 12x, negative 12x minus 3. Now, I have x's on both sides of the equation, and can either side of this equation be simplified anymore? Neither side can be simplified anymore. So now I need to move my x's over. But I noticed something tricky about my x's is that I have negative 12x on both sides of the equation. Let's try and continue solving this. So if I got rid of 12x over here, I would add 12x, add 12x. I'd end up with 13 equals negative 3. Is that ever true? No, 13 will never equal negative 3. So what's our solution to the equation? The correct answer is no solution. Go ahead, try the challenge problem, and then we'll go over the answer together. All right, our challenge problem. I hope you guys all gave it a shot. We're going to quickly go through how we find the answer. We distribute the 1/2. We'll end up with 3/2 x minus 12 multiplied by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. So 6 minus, we need to distribute this entire negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 times 5 is negative 5/2 x. Then negative 1/2 times 8 multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. So this becomes negative 4, which equals, we have one more problem to distribute. 1/4 times 4x, same as dividing by 4, so it's just x plus 1/4 times 8, same as divided by 4, so just 2. Now that we have that, we can simplify by combining like terms. Negative 3/2 minus 5/2, you have the same denominator, so you can subtract your numerator. It's negative 2 over 2x. Combine these like terms, minus 6 minus 4 gives you minus 10 equals x plus 2. Negative 2 over 2. What is 2 over 2? It's the same thing as 1, so this is just negative 1x. Now I need to get my x's on the same side. I want to move my smaller one, add x here, get negative 10 equals 2x plus 2. You want to subtract 2 here, subtract 2 here. Negative 12 equals 2x. The correct answer is x equals negative 6. All right, go ahead and finish up the practice problems as well as the exit ticket on the back.